So lads, the Indiana Fever just made the playoffs officially today. They are officially either the 7th or the 6th seed, almost certainly the 7th seed. But I gotta just say this. I think the Fever didn't do a good job in the offseason. I did not think they did a good job in the offseason. In hindsight, I think we can all talk about how they did during the season. Like, it is what it is. But if you look at this roster, they have killed it with hardship signings, starting with Ari McDonald, who had the best season of her career. She had the best season of her career, averaging nearly 10 points a game after being cut by the LA Sparks. Then their next hardship player. I will say the Kyra Lambert one made no sense. That one made no sense. But Odyssey Sims, again, is she probably too similar to Kelsey Mitchell to really be a long-term piece for the Fever? Yeah. But who cares? She's a 33-year-old who came in and won us a game, got us into the playoffs. Like, I still don't think, if we lose that Sparks game, we go to 500 in the season at the time. I don't think, like, we beat the Sparks, and then we beat the Storm right after it. Or do we beat the Storm, then beat the Sparks? I can't remember. But either way, if we lose that game to the Sparks, I don't think we make the playoffs. And Odyssey Sims came in, and how she's played in some of these games. 21 versus Sparks. Yeah, she had 5 and 2 losses in a row. But she had 13 winning Sky, 6 points today. She's been good. Shea Petty. Now, Shea Petty shoots the absolute shit out of the ball. Like, yes, she's an undersized old guard. She shoots the shit out of the ball. I don't really care. She is money. Like, she's had games where she hasn't done much. Maybe it was just today in the Lynx game. But she's had games where she's looked okay. And considering how far down the list we have to go to get Shea Petty. And the biggest one for me, I still feel, is Ariel Powers. I think Ariel Powers has been... Look, I think she's been, like, as good as Alexi Hull since she's come into the team. Like, she's shooting not the worst percentage in the world. She's a dog on defense. Fouls a lot. But, like, she's 31. I think of all these players, I think Ariel Powers is the only one that's going to be on the team next year. I think Ariel Powers is, no question about it, well, no question about it, highly likely to be on the team next year. Like, if you look at her percentages, in her last, 4 games, she's shooting probably 45% from the field, and averaging, 11, 12 points a game. And, yeah, some of them were in losses. One was in a loss to the Valks. But, like, she's been good. And she made, in my opinion, the complete game-changing play. That steal for the layup in that game today was something that changed the entire outcome of the game. And I'm not saying she's better than Lexi Hull. Like, Lexi Hull is literally averaging career-high points, rebounds, assists. But, like, they're both averaging about the same amount, literally the same amount of points. Both averaging the same amount of boards. And Power's a little better with the assists. Lexi Hull's the slightly better defender. But, like, it's not even a knock. This isn't me trying to have a knock on Lexi Hull. It's just how well. Like, I think Lexi Hull's been playing well recently. I think she's genuinely been playing well. But it's just a sign for how good Ariel Powers has been that I think they're an equivalent. Like, you can come into next season with, for me, the Fever don't really need too much coming into next season. I think Lexi, Ariel, and Sophie, you can only start one of them. But for me, I just don't know if Kelsey Mitchell is the right two to have beside Caitlin Clark with that lineup. Like, you can just put out a bunch of dogs out there. As in, you can go Caitlin, a 2. And, like, look, at the end of the day, a player has to be so much better. It has to be a Jackie Young. It has to be a Jackie Young, or you go and fleece a team. Or you go and get, like, the Sky's freaking Connecticut Sun pick. If you get the Sky's top 5 pick and Ariel Atkins, I'd make that trade. But if Kelsey wants to be there, like, it has to be Jackie Young. Otherwise, you stick with Kelsey, and you probably stick it out with Kelsey for another year. You have to wait to see how a healthy Caitlin goes. But for me, at that 3 position, Lexi's probably going to command about 2/3 of a max. Sophie's going to take a team-friendly contract again. She'll probably make similar money as a percentage of the cap. And I think Aerial Powers is going to play for whatever the equivalent is of 100k if the cap goes up by 400k. Like, Aerial Powers is going to play on a team-friendly deal, and that's you sorted with your backup twos and your start. Like, for 1.5 max contract, basically, you're getting your starting 3. It's probably going to be Lexi to start the year, and her and Sophie fight it out. With Lexi, and you got Aerial Powers and Sophie both pushing Lexi to try fight for that starting spot. And, like, they seem like the type of team that if somebody wins it out, it's not going to really affect them that much. And we see who wins out that spot. For me, it's really, when it comes to the Fever next year, you're looking at the 5. You're looking at the 5s. Say at the 4s, 5s. You're looking at like a real backup 5. Like, for me, I'm calling up Temi and being like, look, you want to come back? We can give you equally as much Golden State can give you. You want to come back? But I don't think that'll happen. But it's fine in that 4. It's fine in that 4, and in that market, like, I'd give Alana Smith a max. I think the best thing the Fever are going to be able to do coming into next season is they have the cap space because Aaliyah and Caitlin are still on rookie deals. They have a lot of players that will be willing to take team-friendly contracts. Is that they have to take a perfect fit that isn't a max player and pay them a max. Like, paying Natasha Howard a max isn't going to be... Howard's cool to come back at whatever Lexi's making. And if she's cool coming off the bench, if you can get Alana Smith to play there beside Aaliyah Boston, or an Azurá Stevens, who the Sparks can't afford to give her a max, if you max out Azurá Stevens beside Aaliyah Boston, or Alana Smith beside Aaliyah Boston, and suddenly that's your 4-5 combo with one of Lexi or Sophie, Kelsey Caitlin, or Jackie Young Caitlin, if she wants out of LA, or Ariel Atkins Caitlin with freaking AZ off the bench, or Awafam off the bench. Like, the Fever are in a really good... Fever have a really good position. And the fact is that the likelihood is that they keep a Hardship player. Like, I don't think Odyssey Sims is going to stay, because I think Odyssey Sims is a starter on, like, a Sky. Like, I think she goes to, like, a Chicago Sky, or she goes to a Connecticut Sun, and she goes to a bad team and starts. That's what I think Odyssey Sims' kind of ceiling is to be a really good starter on a really bad team. That's kind of what she is at this point in her career. I think Bree Turner might just be back for vibes, but they got to be up to 4-12 this year. I think Chloe Bibby, who's a Hardship player, is a player that I think if Steph White's back, Chloe Bibby's not back, but I think Chloe Bibby's all right. I don't think Ari's going to be back. I just think a team's going to pay Ari, and I don't think we need to be the team to pay Ari. I reckon there's going to be not even a vet backup point guard. I think they're going to go for a fast point guard. I think they're probably going to draft a point guard. That would be my theory, is that because we've seen they've survived with a Odyssey Sims or a Kelsey Mitchell at point guard, my theory is that they're going to draft a young point guard. They don't need a vet presence really there, and that they're going to maybe have a Shape Hetty if she wants to stay. Her and Bree Turner is kind of the end of the bench. And I don't think KK Timpson is going to be on the team next year. That's my weird prediction, is they're going to protect her in the expansion draft, but I think we see KK Timpson being packaged with the draft pick that the Fever have, and maybe to move up in the draft. I think that maybe to move them up 2 or 3 spots, because I think the Indiana Fever are a team that could very well try to take best point guard available that isn't Olivia, second best point guard available, because they're not going to get to Olivia Miles. Anyway, yeah, that's the video. Shout out to Aerial Powers, Odyssey Sims, especially Aerial Powers, because I think not only has she been key, not only is she going to be key for the playoffs, I actually think that Aerial Powers is going to be on the team next year. And that's crazy for such a late season Hardship, but I'm with the way she's been playing, and it's not just the stats, it's how she's been playing. I genuinely think she's going to be on the team next year. But anyway, I'll see you guys.